You mean migrants eating swans?
Absolutely, yes.
Has it been in your local papers or on your news, or...?
This guy just cracked the duck's neck, bro, and taking it.
We understand the concerns raised from this video. This cygnet was being rescued by a member of the Swan Sanctuary, as cygnets are often driven off the lake by their parents at this time of year.
Nobody is eating the swans. That's a lie.
Royal Parks say no evidence to back Nigel Farage's claim that migrants are eating their swans.
No one died.
What's your response to that?
It's the sort of thing you would say.
And where do swans nest?
Anywhere they're like. Swan is a safe place. A swan doesn't need a safe place. A swan is a safe place.
So you try and sneak up on a swan and get a swan.
They're vicious things. They can break your legs.
I'd like to see Nigel Farage try and nick a swan. Somebody coming to a royal park with a weapon, I think you might be arrested.
Yes, I suppose it is a bit far-fetched. I mean, after all, this is Great Britain. You can't just go around committing crimes in broad daylight.
Yeah, smile for the cameras.
What a time to be alive.
Anyway, look, as passive-aggressive as their tone was, those clips of the middle-aged women strolling through the royal parks this morning, I think they know what's going on. They know the score, all right? They walk around those areas every day, you know, as they do their toiletry shopping and meet up for a spot of light day drinking with their fellow divorcees and widowers. They know that Nigel Farage is full of shit, okay? Ain't nobody eating no swans.
The upshot from here that Mr. Farage is talking signature nonsense.
How do you know? Yes, it has. It has, and I've actually been aware in the local news of them saying that there was a big problem. People have watched them do it.
Right, because
now,
I only say, because my cautionary note is we did go through a massive trawl in the office for all news items involving migrants eating swans, and we could only find one from 2013, so...
They're eating some swans, but it's not a big deal.
Well, I guess that's just the exception that proves the rule, right?
Someone died.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Eating swans is actually a good thing. Here's why.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
I'm going to get someone to check what bird this is. I think it might be a swan. I'm not sure. But do you know what a swan is, sir?
No, I don't know, but I suspect it's a swan. Do you know what a swan is, sir? We are so fucked, okay? That is not a question that anyone should have to ask anyone. Our country should not be in a place where our police officers are having to go into people's homes and explain to them what a swan is and why you can't just drag them out of the parks and cook them, you know? Maybe those people are not quite ready. They're not quite ready to integrate, you know?
You know the big white birds that you see on the park?
The big white birds that you see in the park. A bird. White.
Hershey heads to the kitchen to take a closer look at what's cooking.
You see the bones in this bird? Because it's not a chicken, I'm a bit concerned.
Oh, she is a bit concerned because it ain't a chicken. Jesus. Look, They're blurring out the faces of the family here, but you know that they have one of two expressions on their faces. Either gormless, like, as she's explaining to them, swan, white birds. They just don't know what's going on. They're completely oblivious to everything and every norm that we have in Europe. They can't believe what's going on. They don't know what's happening. They're shocked, scared. They didn't know. Or they're there with a derisive, mocking expression on their face. They know exactly what they're doing. They're like, yeah, fuck you. I'll do what I want. Either way, get out. I'm sorry. No. There is no cooking of swans.
There's a law against people taking animals off. You told them that, yeah. And it's very serious. It's very serious if that happens.
Concerned that what's in the pot is no chicken, Hershey heads to the back garden to look for evidence in the bins.
I know, it's a bit disgusting, isn't it?
And the contents of the bins is a little suspicious.
See, the problem is there's a hell of a lot of big white feathers in here. Yeah. I know, and...
It's just the noises they're making in the background as she's describing to them what's going on. The horror on her face, like, oh my, they're eating swans, but she's trying to stay composed. And they're just like, in their own languages, or saying stuff like, yeah. I'm sorry, I just sometimes feel that there's a little bit lost in translation, you know? Like certain values and norms, they're not compatible, you know? Sometimes I wonder if diversity is in fact our greatest strength.
And the problem is, could be anything from goose to swan. For now, I'm going to go, but what I need you to make sure that you say to everybody here is that they're not allowed to take anything from the park.
Oh, yes, ma'am. A thorough dressing down there. If you could please just explain to them that they don't take anything out of the parks, please.
I'm not saying you did, I'm not saying you didn't.
The eyewitness reports, combined with the evidence, are difficult for the family to explain, but the young man does his best.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not lying.
He's suggesting that they may have bought the birds and released them in the park for the children to chase, and that's what the witnesses saw.
Okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it's true. That's what happened, right? This family of immigrants who don't speak English went to their local free-range turkey farm and released the birds into the park for the youngsters to chase. Deport! That's still mental.
What is going on here? He's on that swan, man.
What's his name, mate?
What's his name?
You've got to laugh, I suppose.
It's all so fucking hysterical.
Oh my god. What you do with that?
Yeah,
What you doing with that, bro?
I got it.
You gonna eat it?
Yeah.
Look, perhaps I'm not the most tolerant man in the world, but when I see... What are you doing with that bird? And the answer is, I got it. And, are you going to eat it? Yeah. I can barely tolerate the roadman filming that. What are you going to do with that, bro? Right? But no. The people who don't understand, what are you doing with that bird? I got it. Fucking... Look. Maybe I'm just an old stick in the mud. But I just feel there should be some kind of criterion that we look at. You know, before... People should not have to explain to their neighbours that you can't be bringing live geese and swans into the building. What you doing with that, bro? Yeah. Jesus.
You catch it outside?
Yeah, it's important now. Now it's important.
Fall down. Let me see. Let me see. Is it alive or dead?
Broken down.
You gonna eat here?
Eat here?
Yeah?
Eat here.
You gonna eat it, yeah?
No.
Flipping hell. Why are you gonna eat it for?
Nothing.
Let it go, man. It's cruel.
I don't know why. Why? What do I mean I don't know why? I found that video particularly upsetting. It's so far removed from anything I would have expected to see growing up in England or anywhere in, the civilized, developed world. People just dragging animals out of the park and wringing their necks. It's insane. And the gaslighting from the media, the way they tell you it's not happening, or then they say, well, it's a few isolated incidents. And it turns out it's just hundreds and it's been going on for decades. Do you remember last year when Donald Trump was talking about in Springfield, what was the state? Michigan, Minnesota? I can't remember. Somewhere like that. He was saying that they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, and everyone just sort of laughed at him and said he was mental, that he was exaggerating. I understand it's important not to lump everyone in the same category. We don't want to think that everyone who doesn't look like us is eating all the swans and the cats, right? But Christ almighty, when it's happening, can we say it's happening and make it stop immediately? Right? Not the RSPCA going round to the house to sort of say, well, please try not to take any more swans out of the park. Yeah? It's happening, and it needs to not happen. I feel like something about what I'm saying is hack or disingenuous. I don't know why I feel like that. It's crazy.
People who complain about eating swans are actually the problem. 10 tasty swan recipes to supercharge your Xmas dinner.
You mean migrants eating swans?
Absolutely, yes.
But has it been in your local papers or on your news, or?
How do you know?
Yes, it has. It has, and I've actually been aware in the local news of them saying that there was a big problem. People have watched them do it.
Right, because
now,
I only say because my cautionary note is we did go through a massive trawl in the office for all news items involving migrants eating swans, and we could only find one from 2013. So I'm just being a bit wary of that. You think not?
The two items are the ones that I know about. I don't know any.
I don't know. Have you seen it yourself,
so sure?
Anne?
I haven't. I've actually lived behind a big park in Norfolk,
right,
where they bring in immigrants to work in abattoirs. And we had a big problem because they all used to congregate. There were so many of the immigrants congregating in the park, and it was a big problem.
Have you seen them taking the swans? So I understand what you're saying, but have you seen these congregating migrants taking the swans and potentially trying to eat them?
I have not, but I know that in the local paper and the local community, we have had that problem, and that goes back to 2010.
So you didn't actually see it? The smug twat. I think we know who won here. Not the swans, is all I can say. Look, I can't be bothered with any more of this, and don't take this as anything else other than me having a bit of a laugh about the swans getting eaten by, certain sections of society. I think that needs to stop. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm Hitler. So stop with all the death threats, please. Thank you very much. I'll look forward to receiving 0 death threats over the coming days. I've had a lovely time. Have you had a lovely time? If so, then Give the video a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on X, follow me on Instagram. Join my Patreon if you want to help out with the channel even further and get some access to some exclusive videos that I put up on there. And nothing else. I'll leave you with the outro. I'll see you in the next one.
Mate, I've just cycled home, and I'm not joking. A fox is trying to... Fuck off! Oh my god, a fox trying to kill me! I wasn't even joking! Oh my god, a fox is trying to kill me! Oh my god, it's still chasing me!